welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you for being here, and thank you so much for your support so far. If you're new here, please kindly consider subscribing and become a part of this wonderful family. I'm Maria James and Karibu Sana. So today, guys, last time I was actually talking a video about suicidal thoughts, how you can actually manage the suicidal feelings, how you can help yourself out when you're having those suicidal thoughts. But today I'm coming again with a somehow related video, but this time around I want us to look at the symptoms you can look out for to know if somebody else is suffering from suicidal thoughts and how you can actually help them not to go ahead and do the act. So, before you get into suicidal thought, before you contemplate of taking your life and committing suicide, somebody must have gone through a difficult moment for them to actually think of ending their lives. They must have gone through depression and overwhelmed by difficult moments they might be going through. The best thing you can do is to understand them at that particular moment. But guys, before we get into how you can help them, let us look at some of the things that you can look for and know if people are going through some situation. First of all, a change in someone's personality, someone's behavior might be a sign that they are going through a suicidal feeling. They are contemplating suicide, and this time around you are the one who's going to be the best judge to look out for our neighbors, for our friends, and even for our family, to know how we can help them. Number one, when people are becoming so quiet, mostly in this case you find that somebody was very talkative, somebody was just a jovial person, and all of a sudden they become so quiet. They don't engage in any talks, they don't talk, they are usually very quiet. Probably they have so much in their minds that they cannot even talk, and what they're doing, they're keeping the problems they're going through in their hearts, in their minds, so they talk less and less. Another thing is becoming anxious. Another thing is people when having mood swings. This time around you can't predict their moods. They're either happy or angry. They're just there. You can't even predict their moods. Another thing is when they act recklessly, like they can do just about anything, even if it means hurting them. They are at a particular moment, they can just do anything. They don't care if they hurt themselves, they don't care if they do something to hurt others. They just don't care. They become like they're just carefree, they don't care, they're just there. Very, very reckless behavior. They can also be sleeping too much, or sleeping less, or not sleeping at all. Another thing is avoiding contact with family, friends, and they're just avoiding people. They don't want to be associated with people anymore. What they try to do is to be alone. They just want to be alone. So they're setting a room for themselves. They just in their own world, where they just want to be alone, no association with people. Like when we're calling them into a gathering or a place where you're talking as a family or friends, they no longer want to be there. Another thing, they don't want to be around people. They don't want to be around people. What they want to do is to be alone, so they keep on avoiding. They avoid any place that there's going to be people, and especially the people that are known to them. The people that know them, they are going to avoid them at all costs, because they want to be alone, because they have so much in their mind and thinking a lot. Another thing is that when people start saying negative things about themselves, like when they talk about themselves, there's nothing positive they say about themselves. All they say is negative, negative plus negative, and anything just negative. All bad things about themselves, meaning they have reached to a point they no longer love themselves, they no longer appreciate themselves, they no longer believe in themselves, they just don't like what they do, what they've become. They are just there. Another thing is when they are talking about death, or maybe writing down in a piece of paper something about death, maybe about their death, or generally writing things or talking about things about them. Another thing is that when people are putting their affairs in order, like giving away stuffs, like maybe if it's a parent talking to their children on how they're going to live, just planning things, putting out plans or giving away things in and also like they are excluding themselves from that, whatever they're talking about, or from whatever they are planning. They have removed themselves from the everything. So when they talk, make plans, there's nothing uh they're talking about themselves, but about you take and all that. But it's no longer about them. This is probably because they are already contemplating suicide and they're thinking of like killing themselves, so they're not gonna be there. That's why those plans, future plans, are not included. Another thing, and is very very common, very very common, is threatening to kill themselves. Yes, when you find somebody threatening to kill themselves, like say they're saying, I'm going to kill myself, I'm gonna end my life, I'm tired of this life, I just want to kill myself, don't take it lightly. But because this is very very common, when somebody, remember, the mouth speaketh what is in the heart, guys. So when somebody actually threatens to kill themselves, it is because they have had suicidal thoughts in their heart. They've been thinking and contemplating about it. So take it as serious as it is. So guys, at this particular moment, as I've said, these are some of the things that you can look out for and be the best judge to know if somebody is actually thinking of contemplating suicide. So, guys, when somebody is going through suicidal thoughts, remember, as I've said, it's because they've probably gone through a difficult moment in their lives, a difficult thing that they actually think that there is no solution to it, and that is why they are reaching to a point of actually contemplating suicide. Another thing, what you're supposed to do, I want us to look at the ways we can actually help those people that are going through suicidal thoughts, how we can help them, for them not to actually commit the act. Because there's one thing about contemplating suicide and doing it. There's something between doing it and just thinking about it. And thoughts can be there, but we can avoid the act. Number one, when you find out that somebody is actually contemplating suicide, let them know that you care and that they are not alone. This is very serious. Yeah, let them know that you care and assure them that they are not alone. And when I mean this is that action speaks louder than word. If you are promising them that they are not alone, make sure to be there for them. Make sure to show them that you truly care. It's not just a matter of saying you're not alone and then you're gonna leave them. No, just be there for them. Stand with them until those thoughts are gone, and especially after they've overcome. Number two, empathize with them. Do that. Number three, you can go ahead and ask them about their reasons for living and also their reasons for dying. And after, obviously, if you're talking to them, they're gonna tell you all their reasons for living and reasons for dying. And after they have told that, continue, now explore their reasons for living and assure them that they can as well go on and live for those reasons that they are talking about. Encourage them to live for the reasons they are talking about, the reasons for living. Encourage them based on that. And this time around, you will have to listen to them very carefully. Listen to them as they are talking to them, so that you will know on how to handle the matter, on how to talk to them about them, and to encourage them, and actually to convince them to live for the reasons they have, for the things they want to do and accomplish while they are living. Assure them and assure them that you can't do this when you're dead. You need to live for you to do this and this and that. Another thing is what I'm talking about. Listen to them. Yes, when you find somebody is telling you that they want to kill themselves, they're going through that, listen to them. Like, listen to them, concentrate on what they're telling you. Be there, concentrate and listen very carefully into what they're telling you. Because when somebody comes to you, they're trying to talk to you, you're not even listening, you're not concentrating, it will break their hearts, and they might go ahead and kill themselves. You know why? Because they're gonna think like they don't care. People don't care because people are not listening to me. If you would have listened to them, give them a listening ear, it might save a life. Number what reassure them to focus on getting through today. Of course, don't talk to them so much about the future. Now, this is somebody who's contemplating suicide. Tell them, reassure them that they can get through today, because what matters is for them to get through today. After getting through today, you might not know what tomorrow will bring, and that this is what you're supposed to be telling them. Get through today first. The first thing you can do is to get through today. Let's see what tomorrow holds. And let me tell you, it's very hard to assure somebody to just get through today, because they'll be like, what if I get through today, what will happen tomorrow? So those are the kind of feeling that people will keep contemplating and thinking so much. What about tomorrow? What about tomorrow? What about the next day, about after tomorrow, and all that? But you can try as much as you can to let them get, to tell them or assure them that get through today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Another thing is to make sure that they are not alone. Don't leave these people alone. This somebody is contemplating of taking their own lives. Don't let them be alone. And if you cannot be there, please make sure that somebody else is with them. Make sure there's somebody else who is there. Somebody who is going to give them a listening ear. Somebody who's going to support them in one way or another. Just keep them company. Don't leave them even for a minute, because that 1 minute that you're gonna walk away from them is when they can actually commit the act. But the fact that you can stay with them, the fact that you can send some other people to actually watch over them, it can be really, really encouraging, because to them it shows like, of course, people do care. There's no need of actually dying, because people care about me. Another thing is that be non-judgmental and do not criticize them. But guys, this happens a lot. When you find somebody is contemplating suicide, people can be very, very judgmental, and they can actually criticize. And this is very wrong. This is very wrong. These are not people that you need to judge. No, listen to them, and the reason as to why they want to kill themselves. don't don't tell them they are silly. No, listen to them. Don't judge them, and do not even criticize them. Not at all. Don't criticize them. It's very bad. Like, how do you criticize somebody who is actually thinking of contemplating suicide? Really? No. Guys, another thing you can do is to reassure them that feeling will not last forever. Of course, you don't know. You can assure them that what you're feeling today can change. Whatever you're feeling today can change. You might not feel that forever. You will not actually feel that way forever. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. Tomorrow you might have the feeling of actually not wanting to committing suicide once again. So reassure them that those feelings are not permanent. They will go away at some point. Also, you can follow up on them. This somebody who has told you they want to do the act. Follow up on them. Be there for them. Follow up on their progress, how they are healing, how they are coping with their difficult moments, how they are handling the situation. Just follow up on them. Another thing, you can also ask them to seek professional help. Seek professional help and be talking to them. And also, um, just try to help them in one way or another, whichever way you can. Just help them. So guys, in most cases what we do when these people come to us and they tell us that they are going through something, we end up making things worse than they already are. So instead of helping someone not to commit suicide, we push them into doing it, because we don't understand, we don't care. Sometimes I just don't know, we think that it's a joke. Don't take it seriously, because in most cases you find some people saying like, how can you kill yourself? You feel people saying, I cannot kill myself because of problems, I can't kill myself because of this. So when you find somebody who wants to kill themselves because they've been overwhelmed with the problems, you think it's stupid, you think it is silly, you think it is childish, you think it's a joke. And so in most cases we might end up not helping people at all because we don't take it seriously. And as I'm saying, having suicidal thoughts is not a character defect, and it does not make any person weak, doesn't make you mad, it doesn't make you crazy. You are very much normal. You are just a person who has so much pain that you are not able to deal with at that particular moment. Yes, you're dealing with a pain that you're finding your way out into finding a solution, but you just can't at that particular moment. But that does it doesn't mean that it's a character defect. You're just okay. And so when somebody comes to you and talks to you about what they're going through, listen to them. Listen to them rather than changing the subject. Mostly, you might go talk to somebody and tell them you're going through this thing. You find that they don't want to talk about it, they just want to change the subject. This one is a turn off, guys. When somebody talks to you, you change the subject, you're not helping that person, you're making things worse. Because first, you are not listening to them, and all they want is for you to listen to you, to listen to them and to help them. Don't change the subject. Another thing, when they tell you, don't tell them they are stupid. Don't tell them they are silly for them to think of suicide, because they are not. Like I'm saying, they just have too much problem that they're dealing with right now, and they just don't. They're not able to deal with the pain right now, so they're not silly. Another thing, some people will even go to the extent of telling these people that go ahead and kill yourself. After all, it's your life. Like that word is very bad. Yes, of course, it's their lives, but you can listen to them, hear them. When you tell somebody like that, somebody who is going through so much problem, like seriously, what do you expect them to do? You've gone and told them that go ahead and kill yourself. It's your life after all. Really, this is somebody who needs help. But most of the time, we think that it's a joke. We think it's a joke, and but this one can be really serious. You hear somebody's going, I'm going to kill myself, and listen to them. Just listen. Give them a listening ear. Don't make things worse. Listen and help. Just give them emotional support. Don't break them emotionally, because there's nothing worse you can do than to break somebody emotionally. When they're talking to you about it, they're opening up to you because they need help, not for you to judge them, not for you to criticize them. So listen and do the best that you can. The responses we give unto these people when they come to talk to us are likely uh, this kind of response are likely not to be helpful, because they make somebody feel bad, they make somebody feel rejected. When they come to you, you don't listen to them, they may feel rejected, they may end up feeling alone, um, unheard, criticized, patronized, analyzed, and they feel like no one understand. They feel like no one understand. And let me tell you guys, there's nothing better than to talk to someone and they give you nice and good response that makes you feel like they understand me, they care for me. But this kind of like go kill yourself, you're silly and all that, they are unlikely not to help someone at all. And by doing this, people are likely to commit suicide if we don't help them. So uh don't think that these people are actually looking for attention. This is what we think most of the time. When somebody tells you that they're going to commit suicide, sometimes we think that these people are just after attention, but that might not be the case. They're probably not after your attention. People who experience suicidal thoughts need help, so just be supportive, listen to them. And you don't know, you might save a life just by listening. You might save a life, guys. You don't know what listening can do. It can bring a difference that you can't even imagine, you can't even begin to explain or even imagine. So just be supportive. In simple terms, just be supportive, just support these people. Remember that your prompt actions can save a life, or ruin a life, or even end a life. Your actions, respect, reassurance, and support can truly help someone from recover from a suicidal thought, recover from a difficult time, recover from a difficult moment, and come out of a suicidal thoughts, come out from contemplating suicide and to having his or her life again, becoming victorious at the end of the tunnel. So help those people that are going through this thing and you don't know what you can do. Your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, or people close to you, your relatives might be going through these difficult moments and even end up contemplating suicide. I have analyzed some, but a few of the things that you can look out for and help them when they are in need. So let us help all those people that are thinking of committing suicide, and may the Lord bring us. Let us continue bringing out awareness about suicidal thoughts and of course depression. So guys, if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, share widely with your friends and family, and kindly tell your friend to subscribe, and tell a friend to tell another friend to subscribe, and keep it here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, guys, and remember that Jesus is still the reason we are.